Now it's a Japanese term called change or a progress to change. Now Kaizen refers to a Japanese word that total quality management is all what? It is designed for the customer. That's why it is called customer oriented process. TPM is a lean manufacturing philosophy. It's a what? Lean manufacturing philosophy that centers on achieving, again, small thing, that is labeling. Now through what all is useless. Now what is that you should do is you should actually throw. Now management information system is simply a computerized database of monetary advice. Hello everybody, a warm welcome to one and all. I'm Vidhyaashram from the Department of Commerce and Management in Vidhyaashram First State College, the Temple of Excellence. Welcome to the 6th chapter called as Emerging Trends in Management. Now here students, when we understand the word emerging, that is now what is happening, the current situation of management. Now here I'll be explaining you about the first, that is the Kaizen effect. Now here Kaizen means what? Now it's a Japanese term called change or a progress to change. Now Kaizen refers to a Japanese word which means improvement or change for the better. That is called Kaizen. Now Kaizen is defined as a continuous effort by each and every employee, that is from the CEO to any person whoever is in the lower level, that is from the top level to the lower level. So we call it as from the CEO to the field staff. Now why it is used, that is to ensure improvement of all processes. Now please understand the word, it is not just process, it is processes and system of particular organization. Now the word Kai in the sense change and Zen in the sense good, change for good. Now emerging modes of management is all about, say the same thing whenever you get any question of emerging modes of management, the 6th chapter, you are supposed to write what exactly is the meaning of management. Now I've told you in the session 1 of the chapter 1, then you are supposed to define what is management, and then there are few of the things that is emerging trends, that is a new trends, that is one of the trend is all about Kaizen. Now here when we go with this Kaizen is all about what? It's about change is what the Kai is, and Zen in the sense it is the betterment, that goal, whatever you are supposed to go with it, that is what you are supposed to do, that is change for good. Change for good, that is called Kaizen. Now understand the word here Kaizen. Kaizen means continuous improvement of processes and functions of an organization through change. So in a layman's language, when we go with the ordinary man's language, Kaizen brings continuous small improvement. What improvement? Small improvement in the overall processes and eventually aims towards organization success. See, the small changes does matter. So what Kaizen management is all about is, we are supposed to always think about the minute details, the small things, and you are supposed to improve the management. It is like all the small things, if you actually try, and then what happens is you can actually construct a very good management. You think about the big improvements. Through the big improvements, definitely you will go for the growth and expansion. But if you go for the small improvements, I tell you, you will be the perfectionist and the professional. So Japanese feel that many small continuous changes in the system and policies bring effective results than few major changes. So whatever the major changes are, yes, definitely you will have an impact. But if you go with the small continuous changes, small continuous, see the word is what? Continuous. You are supposed to continuously change it, right? Then the system and the policy, definitely effectiveness will be achieved. Now there are 5 S of Kaizen. So it's a Japanese term, that's the reason all the S is all with the Japanese one. The first one is Serai. Now Serai stands for sort out. Now you are supposed to sort out all the issues. Now according to Serai, employees should sort out and organize things well. That is, you need to label each and every item. Say necessary is there. Now you are supposed to label it. Which one is necessary? Which is critical? Which is the most important? and which is not needed at all. That is useless and so on. So you are supposed to label each of the things. Now what is that you should do is, again, small thing, that is labeling. Now through what all is useless, now what is that you should do is, you should actually throw whatever is useless, keep aside what all is not needed at the moment. Items which are critical and most important should be kept at the safe place. So that is what the first one is. The second one is all about citizen. Now here citizen is all about what means to organize. Now you need to organize. Research says that employees waste half of their precious time searching for items and important documents. Now every item should have its own space and must be kept at its place only. So many times when we are not so much organized, right, what really happens is, what to do we know, but the things, whatever is there, the files, the documents, or any kind of a stationaries or minute things, if you forget about it, now what happens, only to search that you will be wasting the half of the time. So that's why we are using this Kaizen. The next one here is ISSU. Now when we go with this ISSU, what exactly it is? The word ISSU means shine the workplace. That means you are supposed to actually be the best in the workplace. The workplace ought to be kept clean. That is, you are supposed to always have a very good ambience. Declutter your workstation. Necessary documents should be kept in the proper folders and files. Use cabinets and drawers to store your items. So here, now what is happening is, each and everything is detailed and it is actually giving you a hope of how to organize yourself. Now the one more thing, it's all about ISSU and refers to the standardization. That is, every organization needs to have certain standard rules and set policies to ensure the superior quality. So you should always have a kind of quality management. Now you are supposed to go with how beautifully you can organize it, how beautifully you can actually maintain it, and then how beautifully you can execute it. So these are the Kaizen S of the Kaizen. And the last one is citizenship. Now here, citizenship or self-discipline, that is employees. When you go with this employees, how they are supposed to be? They are supposed to be self-discipline. That is, need to respect organization's policy and adhere to the rules and regulation of self-discipline is very essential. Do not attend office in casuals. Follow work procedures and do not forget to carry your identity card. See here, when all these are, what happens is, you are giving more respect to your organization, you are giving respect to your work, you are giving your respect to the culture of what the policies and everything is. Now it gives you a sense of pride and respect for the organization. See, all MNC company, if you understand how well they dress themselves and then they go. That is, they like the job, they love the job, and they are supposed to do all this. That is self-discipline. They wear ID card. Now the minute they wear ID card, that is what the pride they actually get. So say example, if you are traveling in a bus and you see a person who has an ID card of Infosys or Wipro, Oracle, Dell. Now what happens is, you feel that, okay, this person is really good, right? This person is working for this MNC company. Say example, there is a person who is walking, right? And you see that there is no ID card, he isn't dressed well. Now what happens? You will not even observe that person. So that is what here the Kaizen is all about. Next one we have is the Kaizen phases. What are the phases of Kaizen? The first one here is identify an opportunity, analyze the process, develop an optimal solution, implement the solution. Now when you develop it, you are supposed to implement it. Study the results. Standardize the solution. Now you need to always go with the standardization should be there. Plan for the future. Now all these things are what? The continuous cycle of Kaizen activity has 7 phases. How many? 7 phases. The first one is identify an opportunity, analyze the process, develop an optimal solution, implement the solution, study the result, standardize the solution, and then plan for the future. Kaizen is all about, this is what the emerging modes of the management is all about. That is, we are using the techniques. So these are the phases of Kaizen, and when we go with this, Kaizen generates small improvement. It generates what? The small improvement as a result of coordinated, continuous effort by all employees. So that is why the Kaizen is very, very important. Next one we have is TQM. Now TQM is all about total quality management. What is TQM? Total quality management. Now total quality management is defined as the customer oriented process. Total quality management is all what? It is designed for the customer. That's why it is called customer oriented process and aims for continuous improvement of business operations. So see, this is the reason we actually conduct the feedback form and we actually give it to the customers. The customers in return, they'll go with the feedback and then they'll give it to us. Now what happens is, seeing that is whatever the improvement should be done, we will actually go with it, and that is how the TQM has been given a very good result in the emerging modes. It ensures that all allied works, that is particularly work of employees, are towards the common goal of improving product quality or service quality. That means, see, you need to improve the product or the service. Only then the customers are happy about it. As well as enhancing the production process or process of rendering of services. See, all your BPO, KPO, if you understand about it, what exactly they do is, for all the example I'll give you, like customer care, you will call. So before that, you will get a message saying that the call is being recorded only for the improvement of the customer service. Now again, this is also a technique of TQM, that is total quality management. Next one is the key principles of TQM. Now what are the key principles of TQM? The first one here you need to know is commitment from the management. What are the commitments? The first one is they'll actually go for a plan. That is what exactly to be done. Next is to do. That is whatever you have planned, you are supposed to implement it. Now while doing that, you are supposed to check and then you are supposed to go for acting. That is, you will communicate each and every person and then you will go with it. Now employee empowerment is that. The first one is commitment from the management is these things. Second is the employees empowerment. What is this employee empowerment? You are supposed to train your employees. Now you should actually excellence the team. That is the team, whatever you have, they should be really good. The minute you give them training, they'll actually achieve it. Then if you go measurement and recognition. Now when you understand the things, then what happens is you will take the measurements and recognition. And last one is what? Suggestion schemes. So here all the employees, whoever it is, they're not the same. Everybody will have their own kind of dealing with the things. So you are supposed to measure and you need to recognize what exactly it is and then go with the suggestion schemes. Next one we have after the things are benefits of TQM. Now what are the benefits of total quality management? Now it is all about the customer orientation, right? So the benefit arise from the implementation of TQM in an organizations. They are, the first one is, this will increase the awareness of quality culture. What culture? Quality culture within the organization. The second one is a special emphasis on the teamwork will be achieved. Whatever you will actually go with it, definitely the teamwork will be there and it will be achieved. You will go with emphasis. And then TQM will lead to the commitment towards continuous improvement. See, every day you will learn. Every day you will have that improvement. So next one we have is TPM. Now what is this TPM? Total productive maintenance. When we go with this TPM, total productive maintenance. It is not management, it is maintenance. Now TPM is a lean manufacturing philosophy. It's a what? Lean manufacturing philosophy that centers on achieving near perfect production. Near perfect production. Understand the iPhone, the Apple, what exactly they do. Lean manufacturing. Now when I go with it, that is, they'll attain something called the near to perfect production. See, there is nothing called perfection, but TPM goes for what? Near perfection. Now here when we go with it, the aim of TPM are high, no breakdowns, no small stops or slow running, no defects and no accidents. These are what the TPM is all about. But we know that uncertainty is always there. Some or the other product will have a defect, but what TPM aims is what? Zero tolerance. That is here near to perfect production. It emphasizes proactive when we go with it. It is all proactive and preventative maintenance to maximize the lifespan and productivity of equipment. There are so many products now, you can have a glance about it. Why those companies are using TPM? It's all because of what? The customer should be happy. The minute customers are happy, the customer themselves will market about the brand and the product or the company. If the company is giving a very good service, definitely the customer, it's like from mouth to mouth service, like kind of a thing, like you have a mouth to mouth advertisement, door to door advertisement. You will actually tell your friends itself, okay, these are the product which is really good, non-breakable, there is nothing called no defect, no accidents can happen. So you will only be our people whom everybody will actually get to know about the product through. Next is, it does this by empowering all employees to take responsibility for such equipment. Now here what happens is, you need to always go with your employees. You should understand the employees, what is the meaning of TPM and why you are supposed to go with it. Now your employees will also work together and give you a very good result. Now benefits of TPM. Now what will be the benefits of TPM? The first one here is less unplanned maintenance time. Now, TPM approach is heavily oriented around the employee empowerment and encourages employees to take ownership. Now, understand, when employees will only take the ownership, what happens is the employees feel that, yes, the business is actually recognizing us, the management is recognizing us, we are supposed to do very good about this business, the services, whatever they render. Of their machinery, which is turned increasingly production uptime, and TPM allocates the jobs traditionally completed by maintenance personnel to all the planet personnel. Now here what happens is, personnel is all about what? It's all about the staff, personnel. Now a safer working environment. Now here when you go with the safer working environment, understand the TPM model is made up of 5S. What is it? It's called 5S. Foundation. Now, ensuring all workspaces are sorted, ordered, clean and sanitized at all times, and 8 supporting activities of all which results in the safer workplace. Now here please understand, when we go with this, the 5S and all, I'll explain you about all the 5S's, what exactly it is. Now what they say is that you are supposed to maintain your environment clean, you are supposed to have your office clean, you are supposed to go with each and every product, you are supposed to measure it perfectly, there should not be any accidents or defects or anything else. Now the third one is increased quality output. Increased quality output. You are supposed to always go with quality outputs. Now one of TPM supporting activities or the pillars is quality maintenance, which integrates quality improvement into the production process. This approach has been shown to drastically improve quality and customer satisfaction. And next one is proven impact. Now TPM major goal of achieving, that is perfect production, is measured using an overall equipment effectiveness, that is OEE score, the gold star standard for rating manufacturing productivity. You'll be getting what? A gold star standard if you go with the manufacturing of the productivity. And next one we have is ISSU. Now what exactly this ISO is? Now here it is not about ISNO, it is all about International Organizations for Standardization. International Organization for Standardization. Now that means what? The standardization should be there. Standardization. Now the ISO abbreviation comes from the Greek word ISOS. ISOS. That means what? Which means equal to. That is, you have that standard. The name used for the standard organization is the same in all countries. If anybody get this ISO certificate or ISO thing, that what exactly it is, Probably 164 countries are there where it is all recognized. Now, ISO consists of standards institutes in 164 countries, exactly what I told you about it, that works together to create industry standards. Some standard institutes are part of their countries, governments, while others are private organizations. That means here what happens is, even this ISO, some of them are the government people or some of them are the private people. So here what exactly the benefits of ISO is. When we go with the benefit of ISO, please understand here, that is, ISO creates standards to meet the needs of the public, but it also benefits the business that meet the standards. How? Now, you are supposed to know what the public want and you are supposed to manufacture. In the meanwhile, when you know that the public wants it, now if you are manufacturing it, definitely the public will buy. When they buy, you get profit. So companies that use ISO standards to guide their business practice and meet the registration requirements provided assurance to consumers and other business that products or services are in compliance with industry standards. Now, business and management standards offer companies methods and techniques that are efficient and safe. You are supposed to always check whether they are safe for your customers or not. If they are not safe, what happens is you will never get certified with ISO. New business can use the standards and practice to ensure that products will meet with acceptance in their industry. So there are many people who start new business. What they do is, now this is what the emerging mode is. So what they do is, only to attract more customers or to win the heart of the customer or the public, they go for ISO. Now the next one is MIS. Now what is this MIS? MIS is all about Management Information System. Now, a Management Information System is simply a computerized database of monetary advice structured and programmed such a way it creates reviews on work detail for every department inside any organization. It gives acceptance, that is, like, you will go with exceptional reviews from your work readily. MIS typically shows real data. See, understand here, it's all about real data over against planned result from a year before. That is, thus, it measures progress against the agenda. So wherever you go with it, MIS will always help you to give you the real data about each and every employee. The employees, whoever is working in your company, each and every statistics data about it, that is qualitative as well as quantitative. Now, importance of MIS. When we go with this importance of MIS, please understand here, making an effective decision management information system, that is, makes it possible for all decision makers. MIS system can be used inside and outside the organization, and employees inside the organization are able to easily access the required information in their everyday operation. That is what the benefit of MIS is. SMS and email in organization make it possible to communicate with customers from MIS system. So whenever you go with any of the things, the customers, you can actually talk to them through MIS system. Record management, all the business transactions of an organization are recorded by MIS and provides a reference point for all transactions. That means MIS actually Management Information System. That means whatever you were writing it and giving it to people, now you can have everything in the data and then you can store it and it is secured. That is what the MIS importance is all about. So this is what we have. We have covered TQM, then PM, and then we went with ISO. Then we also understood about what exactly MIS is all about. And this session is all over for today right now. Tomorrow we're going to actually come, we'll meet together and we'll be discussing more on emerging modes of management. Till then, students, thank you so much. I'll see you when I see you.